This video, I'm going to show you how to steal traffic from very popular sites, even like Robinhood, if you're trying to get traffic from them, and also show you how to bring in very hot, warm traffic to your own business and site. We're talking 3,000, even 5,000 organic visitors to your site within a few weeks. Okay, so let's start. Firstly, we're going to be using a few separate number of tools. So get your notepad out and just be ready to pause this and rewind it whenever you want at any point in time. The example I'm talking over here is, let's just say you're running a finance site and you're trying to bring in some traffic to your own website using cold email. So how do we do that? Firstly, I'm using a tool like Ahrefs, which is basically a SEO service provider tool. You can use SEMrush or Neil Patel's Ubersuggest. There's a bunch of them out there. Ahrefs is the one that I use. Once you put in the website that you're trying to emulate, right? You want to find out what those people are ranking for because they're probably industry leaders. What you're going to do is type in their site name right over here. I type in Robinhood. I saw a bunch of UI data, which is great. Domain, rating, backlinks, all this stuff. You don't need to worry too much about. But the thing that we're going to be focusing on is backlinks. In short, backlinks are basically when someone else links to a site. So what a backlink to Robinhood would be, let's just say I own my website SmartLead, and if I link to Robinhood, my link on me talking about Robinhood on my website is going to be considered a backlink to Robinhood, right? That's all that matters over here. And these backlinks are actually what act as good signals for Google to say, all right, V's website, which is SmartLead, is a great tool in the cold email space, and he's decided to link to this other site. Therefore, he's giving a vote of authority, a vote of trust to that site. So in which case, we're going to automatically authorize that site for that particular niche and topic. That's all backlink is. You've basically become an SEO expert. I'm joking, but moving on to the next part. What we want to do is find some of the top rating pages. What are the pages that bring in a lot of traffic for Robinhood? The way you can do that is click on this top pages button over here, this link, right? And I've opened that over here for you. And you can see, obviously, with Robinhood, there's a bunch of stocks, which is fair because they're basically a stock marketing software. But maybe what I want to do is rank for a particular thing that has a guide on how to withdraw money from Robinhood. Maybe I've actually written that article myself and I want to just push traffic from Robinhood site to my own site on terms of guides on how to put money from Robinhood or whatever it might be, because I'm running a finance site. I just want to hover over this and then I'm going to see everyone who's linking to this particular guide, right? These are people who are linking to this guide, right? They're basically saying, okay, they've written a guide and they find the content piece that's written by Robinhood over here valuable, and they're going to go ahead and link to them. Now, in this case, Robinhood might have just used very old data. Maybe they've not updated their website with new interface and new content and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is basically steal their traffic, steal this link. So all these websites over here have basically linked. You can see Robinhood's official site, blah, blah, blah. So they are linking back to that URL. So I'm going to try steal this link and put my link over there instead. And I'll show you how we can go ahead and do that easily, right? So firstly, over here, I've basically pointed out all the websites. There's tons and tons of websites that are linking to this particular URL, okay? I'm going to export this over here. And once I export it, then I'm going to show you a new tool, which is absolutely mind-blowing that I think you're going to be very, very curious to know about. It's called Clay.Run. They are in beta, but you can easily ask access for them. Think of it as basically just a very, very powerful Google Sheets. So what I've done is, let's say I've just exported all these URLs, finder.com, Market Realist, Money Inc., etc., etc. I want to go ahead and find the person responsible for writing blogs on these sites because I want to reach out to them and tell them, guess what? I've written a better article that is better than Robinhood's own guide, and it's more detailed, it's more advanced, and it's actually updated to the latest data and the user experience, which they have not done themselves for whatever reason. And I'd like if you could link to me instead of them. Therefore, driving traffic to your own site. Great. So how do we do this? Firstly, we need to find everyone in these companies, hundreds, if not thousands of websites. They're marketing managers or content marketing managers. Great. So with Clay.Run, the way it works is you're just given a URL, just a dashboard like this over here. What you can do is, I'll just walk you through it very quickly. You want to put in the domain, so you'll import the domains that you've got from here when you do the export, right? Super straightforward. Then once you put in the domain, you want to run something called a Google search. So you click on this add integration button, just type in Google search. Right? And then you want to click that in and add that into your user UI. So when you do that, just for example, you add that column in there, it shows up like this. And what are you actually doing? You are searching for someone in finder.com, which was, by the way, one of the first links over here, who is a marketing manager within that company. So you want to reach out to them. So let's go ahead and do this. I've already done this over here for you. So I'm just going to click on the edit. So I'm typing basically like I'm doing a Google search saying, hey, search on LinkedIn, search on Google for linkedin.com, the domain, which is finder.com, and look for anyone who's a marketing manager. That means this is basically queries that we're putting into Google saying, I want to find on LinkedIn someone who works at Finder and has the title marketing manager in there, right? Something straightforward and simple. And then what's going to happen is once that data is generated, the way you do that is you come over here, you can either click on the play button, or you can, that runs all the individual rows, or you can come here and click this individual value. And once you do that, the data is actually generated and it shows up like this. In this case, you now found the search results, you found maybe over here's the company name, and then you've also found the URLs of one of the team members. So here there's someone over here who actually works in the content marketing team, which is great. So let's say you have 1,000 rows over here. You want to do this not for each and every single one of them. You just want to do it for one individual one, and then just click play, and it'll go ahead and find all that data for you, and it'll automatically map all the LinkedIn URLs. So what I've done is I've said, all right, I care about the LinkedIn URL. That's what I'm going to use to go ahead and find that data. So I'm going to click on map to table, and then I'm going to map it to a new column, which is what I've done over here, and that shows up as that new URL for me, right? So you can do this, you can follow the steps as well, and you get there. Great. So now I have someone's LinkedIn URL who is a marketing manager at Finder. Great. What do I do with that? Again, Clay comes with a really cool tool where I can basically do LinkedIn, enrich person from LinkedIn. I'm going to select this option, which is what I've done over here. I'll just click on that. And then I'm going to say, I want to provide you with the LinkedIn profile that I need enriched, which is, guess what, the previous LinkedIn profile that we've got over there. I'm going to do that, click on save, and then I will go ahead and automatically get her profile like this, which has Jennifer Snell, which is great. You get a heap amount of data, which is fantastic again, right? We've got all this data over here, but what I care about now is I need her name, because I need to go ahead and find her actual name. This is her LinkedIn profile. I want her actual name, and I want to use that to go ahead and find the email address. So I'm just going to click on map to table again, just like this, and then just create a new column, and that's going to give me a name, or I'm just going to go ahead and just select the person's name. So if I just go over here, and I'll just say I'm bothered about the person's name, right? And that's all I've done over here. Sweet. So now we've done this. Now next is I want to find their work email, right? This is the fun part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again go on integrations and type in find work email. Click on that. And once that's done, I am now going to go ahead and map the full name of the person, which is this one, Jennifer Snell, which is from here saying enrich person from profile. And then I want their name. Great. So I got that person's name. The second thing is the company domain, which is the domain column. Great. Done. And I'll click save changes. The second I do that, that's going to show up over here like this for me. And I'm just going to just don't save because it's done over here for you. And it would have found the email, which is what it's done over here, right? And now I actually want to extract out that email address, which is simple. You just want to do this expand thing and just say, yep, map this particular email address to a new column, which is popped out over here as that. So we've literally gone from, hey, I want to go ahead and grab a bunch of people who are linking to a competitor site, right? I've just used Robinhood as example, but they're linking to a competitor site, your competitors. You want to find out everyone linking to them because you want to steal their traffic. Then from that, you find their popular pages. You obviously, by the way, an important part of all of this is actually have good content yourself. That's one part we haven't spoken about. You can't just go and tell them link to me when you don't actually have anything valuable. You need to do that research. You need to put in that effort because guess what? This compounds ridiculously for you. You drive in so much traffic and we're witnesses of that. We've seen so many of our own businesses go really well just through organic SEO. So firstly, competitors, you want to write competing blogs that are better, faster, and just a lot more authoritative than what they've written, right? So once you've done that, you go ahead and find everyone who's linked to your competitor with that crappy version of their website, their blog that is your own particular blog that is much better, faster, bigger, stronger, whatever it might be, right? So what you want to be doing is getting that long form content, better content than your competitor, then going to everyone else that is basically linked to them and saying it better. So rewinding this again, You find the content, you've written the right content, you find your competitor stuff, you want to go ahead and just steal the traffic. You've got basically found out that the best ranking pages, you find out everyone linking to that, you've exported it, you've come to Clear over here, you obviously just done this once and it's repeated 1,000 times. You've basically got your profiles of your people that are linking to your competition, the marketing managers. And now you want to just take these email addresses, the website URL that you've gotten that is your own advanced version of your competitor's blog, and you simply want to go ahead and pitch to your audience. And the way we can do that is we can use Smart Lead. It's an easy way to go ahead and scale your ad band using unlimited email account that protects your domain authority, as always, ensures that you scale very quickly. I've just come over here to Smart Lead. I've created a new campaign. I've uploaded a CSV. I've come to the mail sequence. I've just written some basic copy saying, first name, you're linking to old content, which is, the competitor saying, hey, first name, I read your article on this, which is the title that you would have scraped when you do the export over here. And then you can simply say, and raise some great points. I realized, you linked to this particular website. While informative, the article misses some core points. So I spent 70 hours accumulating data for the October 22 version. So what's important over here is you're trying to tell them that you've invested, right? People have affinity towards people who've actually invested in saying, I've just done 15 minutes of research and I've done better. No, I've actually invested a lot of time and effort in creating this better version of the content, and also said it's a newer version, right? And then you said some core points are missing. That means you've pointed out what's wrong with that article that they're linking to. Now, what you want to go ahead and say, yep, thought you and your audience might appreciate the new research. It'll be great to hear. So it's a very soft sell. You're not saying replace your link with my link. That's that. Very soft sell. Second, you're bumping it up, and then you're going to wait a few more days and then sending another email to them. And this is where you want to be a more fearsome, right? I'm going to say, hey, since the latest Google update, they've been penalizing sites with low value content. You're telling this person they should link to you because that other person's, your competitor's content is low value. You're telling them you love their site and you don't want them to lose their authority. You're again pointing it on them, not much on yourself. And last point, if your content wasn't actually good enough, just get some feedback from that person. So again, it's a very soft sell. Once that's done, you simply just want to go ahead and go to your schedule. You want to set up the time zone that you want to reach out to them. And then once you do that, let's just say Sydney, because that's where we're based. And you want to select the time zone over here, how many emails you want to send per campaign. And then once that's done, you want to select all the email accounts that you want to use. I might use all 10 email accounts attached to my platform, and then that'll auto rotate and cycle through that for you. And then that's it. Click save, send, and then let's hope for the best. So this is what we have done, and we have actively seen Smart Writer, our sister site, has gotten over 40,000 hits a month organically, and we just got 2 or 3 team members in the marketing team doing this. This is our exact strategy that we've used, that I'm sharing with you, that you can use to grow your own business, steal traffic from your competitors. So guess what? Cold email is absolutely fantastic and vital, but combine that with inbound traffic and you're going to be untouchable. Absolutely. So that's all for this one. Subscribe and please like this if you enjoyed this content. You want me to create more of this, because we've got a lot of cool tips and tricks that we've used to build our own agency, SaaS businesses, and helped other people grow their own brands as well, using cold email as well as inbound. So thank you and have a great day.